The little girl ran down the bomb-ruined road, past the hollow houses, and stepped carefully round the rubble. She was as thin as the rain that fell, and the soles of her shoes were thinner. She clutched a small loaf of black bread to her thin chest. It was growing dark, and she wanted to get home before night fell and the rats came out. Even if they'd been working, the twisted lampposts would not be lit. She stopped. There was a soft, regular click coming from a side alley. She froze and turned her head slowly towards the noise. A man in a heavy army coat and carrying a white stick was groping his way towards her. She stepped back, and a stone clattered at her feet. The man stopped, raised his white face and eyes covered by discs of dark glass.
Is someone there?
Yes, sir.
Young lady, what's your name?
Gerda, sir.
Oh, Gerda. That's a lovely name. Gerda, would you like to do something for the homeland? Something to help us win this war? Stop the bombs falling each night and set us free?
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, are you a loyal child?
Yes, sir.
Well, then I can trust you with my secret. I have a very special message. It must be delivered now, but I'm blind and weak. I need a nimble young person to run like the wind. Now, do you know Linden Street?
Yes, sir.
Well, there's a shoe shop at number 27. Go in and tell the old cobbler that Hans sent you. And give him this. Now, whatever you do, you must not look in the envelope.
No, sir.
Good girl. Stop for no one. Tell no one. Trust no one. Now run along before it gets dark.
Gerda took the envelope, turned and ran through the empty streets, past the shattered ruin of her old school and the splintered stumps of the trees in the park. The grass was mostly mud, and her thin soles slipped as she sprinted across the park lawns. At the far side of the park was the police station. An officer, pulling the blackout curtains across, watched her.
Getting dark. Must deliver the letter and get home before it gets dark. Oh!
She stopped so suddenly, her feet skidded on the cracked paving. She calmed herself, turned, and walked into the police station. The weary old man behind the counter looked at her through red-rimmed eyes.
Can I help?
Gerda told her story.
So I thought I'd better come straight here.
I see. Suspicious.
That's what I thought. How did the man know it was getting dark if he was blind?
I think I will take that note to number 27. But let's get you safely home first.
It was later that night, as Gerda lay beneath a thin blanket and listened to the distant rumble of bombs, that there was another rumble. Someone knocking at the door. Her mother showed the policeman into the house, and Gerda sat up, wide-eyed to listen. He told her what had happened.
There is a cobbler shop at 27 Linden Street, run by an old man and his wife. When I went in with my uniform on, the couple looked very nervous. Now, all cobbler shops smell of sour old leather, but the smell in that shop was worse. The man made an excuse and went through to the back shop. I heard the back door open, then close, and realised he'd escaped. So I looked round the shop, and then I looked down into the cellar.
What was there?
More horrors than I've seen in the whole of this terrible war. There were bodies, dead bodies. Most were cut up and wrapped like joints of meat to be sold to hungry customers.
I've heard of people eating human flesh. They're so starved by this war. It's terrible.
Terrible.
What was in the letter?
Dear Jacob, this is the last one I shall be sending you today. Your friend, Hans.
Yeah, you were next.